Hey guys, welcome back to Endeavor. So today we're going to work on a little drill we do for control positions 2-on-1 that segues into knife. Okay, so we're not going to really talk about structurally what all the positions do, more about just being able to transfer and transition from one to the other Now, keep in mind, straight disclaimer, we would never in a knife situation have you purposely continually going back and forth, and you'll see that here in a minute. But the idea is, if I'm losing a position, I want to get used to the idea of being able to transition from one to the next to the next. So we gotta go through a really basic series. That series will start with just our basic kind of grabbing onto the back of the head, and then whether it's an overhook or an underhook, depending on whatever the position is from there. We'll just go with an overhook from right in here. So I start in this position. From here I have control of the head, control, quote unquote, and I have loose control over top of the arm. If I start to feel like I'm losing the arm, I may want to get two arms involved in collapsing that arm. So I'm going to transition one hand from the head to the arm. Now from here, when I go to do that, I'm breaking the elbow down, I'm heavy with the head and the shoulders, and I'm keeping my hips pointed in. If I start to lose this position, I may need to trace the knife hand, so then I get into a point where I'm two-hand wrist control here, and again, I need to be heavy on the head in this position. Now, as we continue this way, I start to move my way around. I can go for an arm drag, or I can simply dump my shoulder to the outside, and that puts me into an outside position. I can transition to what would be a basic kind of 2-on-1 position, Russian arm, anything along those lines. And then the last piece of position, maybe I want to take his back, so I'm going to reach up, arm drag again, bring myself around to the back, and bring my hip in. And so what we were having him do in class is, once I get to this position, he starts kind of fighting back. As he goes to pull in, I lose control of that arm. I get used to being able to transition from a back position to a 2-on-1. If he still starts pulling the elbow and the hand, and I start losing position over that, I may need to get two hands on top of the knife to control from there. And then if the knife hand goes out the opposite side, I may pull myself back out to an inside 2-on-1. And then if I'm feeling pretty good control position there, I may go back into the head clinch position. And again, it's not so much a matter of I want to get in a habit of transitioning piece to piece to piece. It's a matter of if I am losing position, I need to be able to adapt, I need to be able to transition. That's all the idea is. So then we would just have them continue the motion. Now I go to my inside 2-on-1 here, control the wrist, head goes in, turn to the outside, take the arm, take to the back into this position, start losing control, get to here, trace head control position here, pull to the inside again, move back to the top of the head. And what ends up happening is in these nice spots, no matter what the intro was into it, right? Whether he reaches in and starts stabbing, and whether you're doing an outside defense encounter, you're doing a double block this way, or doing whatever shit you guys do in Kali or any other system you're doing, no matter what the grab is, as I start to find myself into a real fight, which is the reality of it, I need to be able to transition. So if I'm losing control of the knife from here and I can't hold this spot, don't sit there and go, I need this position, I need this position. If I need to transition, I need to transition. Get in the habit of, as I'm losing control of that arm, shit, I put my arm on top of it and then I make myself get to another spot where I can actually control. So it's just getting people used to moving around the body, controlling, kind of playing with it and allowing you to get used to training to flow, as opposed to forcing a position, and then not being able to control it, right? So a fun little flow drill, play around with it. Again, we start them off with absolutely no knife in their hand, and then we start adding knife stuff into it. And then you can add takeaways and striking and dumps and trips and all that kind of fun stuff afterwards, right? So check you guys out next time. Let us know what you think.